Hey guys, let me ask you a question. What do you think is a better transmission? An automatic or a manual? For the most part, you'd be thinking that an automatic transmission would be better than a manual. Simply because of the convenience of not having to shift gears while driving. The vehicle does it for you. I'll admit, that is convenient, especially when you're going down a highway. But a manual transmission actually is better than an automatic. It has more advantages to it than an automatic transmission does. One of these advantages has to deal with torque, which is simply defined as twisting force. The same force that we use when we're turning a screwdriver or turning a doorknob. With more torque, a manual transmission is able to produce more torque than an automatic transmission and at a faster rate. This means we're able to pull heavier loads with vehicles that have manual transmissions in them than we would with vehicles with automatic transmissions in them. Because of this concept, most semi-trucks these days are built with manual transmissions in them. This helps them pulling those heavy loads down the highways. Another advantage to manual transmissions when it comes to torque is acceleration. Despite the misconception that more horsepower means greater acceleration, it's actually torque that causes acceleration. So, more torque means greater acceleration, which means we are able to have greater acceleration with vehicles with manual transmissions than vehicles with automatic transmissions. For this reason, race cars from NASCAR are built with manual transmissions. Because they need that acceleration when they're trying to pass the guy right next to them. Another advantage of manual transmissions has to deal with power loss. Automatic transmissions lose about 15% of the power that we get from the engine, which means we're only able to use up to 85% of the power. 85% of that power from the engine with automatic transmissions. This means the vehicle is less fuel efficient. This power is lost through heat and through the torque converter, which we don't have to worry about with manual transmissions since they don't have a torque converter. Now, manual transmissions only lose 5% of the power they get from the engine, which means we can use up to 95% of the power from the engine in order to move our car. Now, that helps with fuel efficiency. In essence, vehicles with manual transmissions are more fuel efficient than vehicles with automatic transmissions. And while that difference is small, it comes in handy, especially with the gas prices these days. Now, another advantage of manual transmissions has to deal with the repairs to them. Manual transmissions tend to be less expensive to repair than automatics. See, automatics have a lot of solenoids and electrical components that they use to control the shifting. If these solenoids or electrical components go out, you have to replace them. And electrical components tend to be more expensive when it comes to a vehicle. We don't have to worry about that with manual transmissions because they shift gears using levers and other mechanical mechanisms. And also with automatic transmissions, depending on the situation, sometimes if sometimes you have to replace the entire transmission just because of a simple solenoid went out of whack and damaged the automatic. Damaged the automatic somehow. That will increase the cost. And since there are very few electrical components in manual transmissions compared to automatics, we don't have to worry about having to replace a manual transmission as often as an automatic, as much as we would with an automatic transmission. Another additional costs to automatic transmissions has to deal with the torque converter. If the torque converter is dropped while the transmission is being pulled out of the vehicle, or if the torque converter is damaged in some way, it has to be replaced. That's an additional cost to the car owner, having to replace the torque converter along with replacing the torque converter. We don't have to worry about having to replace a torque converter with a manual transmission because they don't have one. So there's one less cost to owners of vehicles with manual transmissions. In summary, automatic transmissions, while convenient with not having to worry about shifting gears, are not better than manual transmissions. Manual transmissions are the better of the two due to greater torque, which means greater acceleration, greater pulling power, power loss, and which equals to fuel efficiency, but also repair costs. I hope this was helpful to you when you're deciding to buy your next vehicle. Because automatic transmissions, they're just better than, they're not as good as manual transmissions.